Yo, yo, what up, YouTube? We're running War Flag just to try to get the early game snowball. We're up against a set on her, so they should outclear us on the first wave, but I ended up getting here faster and just autoing. Ended up trading a little bit of HP for the wave clear advantage. We end up throwing that away because I decided to try to go over to Alpha instead of pressuring them. That's just a small mistake that can end up leading to bigger mistakes, basically. So Hu Yi used his 1 as soon as I blinked. That's pretty unlucky. I have everybody muted. I should have called attack. So that way he would have known to hold his abilities. But really it was just to try to get more wave pressure. So that way we could get alpha. You know, sometimes using relics just to get more farm early game is really strong. Especially when you're not supposed to win the lane. So that's what was going on in my head pretty much. Like trying to chip them out. Just by getting a well-timed blink combo. You end up getting on her jump. These guys are playing so passively for how strong their early game is. Like, I can't say that enough. These guys should be destroying us right now. But hey, War Flag is really strong for trying to clear the wave early just because you get more auto attacks. And I'm a warrior, so my early game is disgusting. We evade the purple. Things are looking great. I backed for reinforced greaves. I think it's just a must on supports. Like really no matter what support you're playing, you should be getting reinforced greaves. They're too strong. Okay, so I do have my ult, but Vulcan's looking pretty safe, so I end up heading over here. I spend a lot of time trying to make this gank work. Like, I waited for a whole wave, pretty much, and the Hades kind of sat under tower. Unlucky, I mistimed my ult, and I think if I go in Minx form, I end up getting that kill, so misplay drop. It could have worked, though. End up getting hit by the edge of that Vulcan ult. Still trade 1 for 1. I don't mind backing and tilting that is set. Her early game is also really good. And if she gets put behind, she's just useless. Okay, there we just headed over for one of their blue invades and we stomped them. This was right after the invade, by the way. Like, enemy team still dead. We end up picking up the support again. Things are looking great. I'm running Sledge. I call that a zoning too.
Someone on the other team got owned.
I don't know. I feel like Sledge isn't being built, and I still think that it's actually a good item. Nowhere near as strong as it was last season before the nerfs. But early game, I still think that it's good. Especially in those 3v3 fights. Like, you're going to be providing a lot more damage than the enemy support, most of the time, depending on the matchup and what they build, but most of the time they try rushing Gauntlet, which is really bad early game. Like, if you compare the stats to Gauntlet of Thebes before the buff, like, you know, before you stack it all, compared to Sledge, you are stomping. The enemy support can't out-trade you, and you know, most of the time, if your team's even, you should win the fights. So trying to force team fights early on with this build is always good. Let's blink over that wall. Baka doesn't have anything. Even if he ulted there, you know, he was dead. So that was just unlucky. He just had to take the L. I was a little greedy there. I didn't expect this hero to play that aggressive. That was such a preemptive Hades ult, in my opinion. Tanked a little bit, let Argus tank a shot. I think Hera ended up tanking 1.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Now this has just gotten so awkward. Somehow that auto missed. Sometimes I have no idea, like, what happens to my auto attacks.
Someone on the other team got owned.
Unlucky. We get Vulcan beads, I guess. So that's fine. I wanted to go for gold here. I do have gauntlet stacking now. Sloppy CC, but I did know that we were going to be able to kill him, you know, before it ended. So, didn't matter too much. Enemy team decides to surrender. Wasting no time, we're going to get into the second game real quick here. And Khepri was Sunder. We have a DC'd solo laner. I'm trying out the same build. So there I did not need to blink under tower. It's always worth to get first blood, trade 1 for 1. But the downside to that was if I just blink earlier, I don't tank a tower shot and I don't die. But I was kind of AFK. So that was my bad there. Doesn't matter too much. I mean, it kind of does. Rama did get the kill, but still, we got first blood gold. That's the important thing. I catch Rama's dash. Dons is over there clearing minions. He has no faith. So we end up going over to the purple. Nice solid secure. Achilles still isn't back. Going kind of bad. I don't think Khepri died if I pin like properly. It was a good knock-up. Dons ended up beadsing, pre-beadsing I think, right? Unless I saw that wrong. That's just good peel. Luckily, we end up getting out of that situation. So I tried telling Nuwa that I was gonna gank, and the dude was backing. Like, I don't know. This is why you can't make aggressive plays. Straight up right here. The dude went to clear wave. He ran over left side jungle, and then he ran back to mid. Like, if you want to rewatch it, like, I was tilted. I took the dude's red. I was like, nah, there is no way that I am letting you have the red, bud. I am trying to snowball this game. And I did. I BM'd. I don't give a damn. That play was garbage by him. Can't get over that one. It's alright. I'm only human. I understand. I shouldn't have called him. I shouldn't have said that. Like, are you human? That's just such a dickhead thing to say. But you know, in the moment, that's who I am. Can't hide it. Sometimes I get mad, alright? Here I go, just calling it out. I do, though. I give them the rest of the reds. Like, I just wanted to take that red just to try to give myself a lead. Because I know that I can do something with it. We end up getting Khepri Sunder for free there. And this is the very next wave. I actually think that I should have knocked up instead of ulted, but it ended up working out because actually if I 3 and then cancel, I don't have enough mana to ult, right? And Athena would have ulted and I probably would have died, so we ended up getting something out of that. That was just a free kill on that Rama. Very bad CC chain. I was late to react there. Should have just let the Loki ult come off, but it was so quick. I wouldn't really blame somebody if that happened like that. I just kind of wasted my ult. It's fine. Always good to try to ward red and sentry that corner. Solid kills right there. And the purple buff wasn't up, so we just went over to gold. And I just noticed that it spawned. So Rama's still dead. Always try to take that buff. You know, I'm playing Erlang too, so purple does benefit me quite a bit. I still don't have Gauntlet. That's just the downside to this build. Your early game, always good with Sledge. The downside, your Gauntlet of Thebes does take a lot longer to stack than the enemies, so you really got to try to push your leads, which is what we're doing. You know, we're getting golds, we're pushing OBJs, trying to invade as much as we can. That was kind of nasty. You know, we'll take that. Take that trade, ended up saving the tower there. And now Poseidon's looking kind of weak. I should really won before going in. Like, the amount of damage that I wasted there, it's just not good. I don't know. Just gotta play Erlang more. I think I only played him like 3 or 4 games today. Maybe even less than that, actually. I don't know. But I think I played a couple yesterday. It is Capri. Feels bad to be that guy. I tried to sentry that corner again. Oh my god. Just walked into a firing squad here. But we're fighting into a trading blows, how it should go. Playing support is actually fun. I don't know. I feel like it's not as bad as 2 seasons ago. I feel like nobody wanted to play support, like up until, you know, I would say the last season and this season, supports have picked up. Just from me, like, seeing what everybody wants to play and stuff, because sometimes it can actually be hard to get the role. Whereas before, I never had an issue. Like, if I ever wanted to play support, it was always just, you know, here, take it. End up getting another gold. Things are looking good. I went for a more damaging build. I got Berserker Shield here. So I'm not as tanky as I should be. But I can hurt. Look at that, just trying to kite people out. I was pretty disciplined to not use my beads there. There was no point to. Like, I didn't have anything up really, and autoing Athena was just fine. She's the jungler. Good to be doing damage to her. Not too shabby. End up burning down this tower. Nuwa is so good for split pushing. I swear, that just... those minions are eating like 4 or 5 tower shots. That's so OP. Okay, here this is way too aggressive. I'm not overextending here. I'm gonna try to peel for him. You know, I got King Arthur off of Don's. If I wouldn't have ulted there, he probably just runs into him and ults and Don's dies. So, ended up burning my ult. It's not on too long of a cooldown, but I don't have it for this blank, which is partially my fault. I'm going in a little preemptive here. Yeah, that was a late beats. But hey, that was a clean fight, I would say, by the team. Nobody ended up dying. And we are just so far ahead at this point. Post didn't have beads. I just ulted there for health, for trying to burn down this Titan.
Your team has destroyed
That's something to be aware of when you're playing Erlang for sure, is sometimes the taunt really isn't necessary. You can just not even taunt people when you're running away or something like that just to get the health. No montage today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you there. Peace.